Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to cut right through all the noise and find the most powerful AI tools you can use right now without spending a single dollar.
So if you're trying to keep up with AI, you know this feeling, right? I mean, every single day there's a new app, a new feature, another subscription plan. The whole thing is moving so fast it feels absolutely impossible to figure out which tools are actually worth your time.
But what if the secret isn't about paying for the latest thing? What if you could get some serious professional-grade results without ever having to reach for your wallet? Well, we've done the digging. We've sifted through all that noise to bring you the 5 absolute best free AI tools of 2026. Okay, let's dive in.
All right, we're kicking things off with the 2 heavyweights. You know them, you've heard of them. These are your all-rounders, the ones that can handle pretty much anything you throw at them, whether it's drafting a quick email or trying to figure out some messy code.
So, what's the real difference between these two? Well, you can think of it like this. Gemini is the perfect co-pilot if you're already living in Google's world. It's just woven into everything. ChatGPT, on the other hand, is kind of like the ultimate Swiss Army knife. It's this powerful, self-contained tool that's just incredibly good at almost everything, no matter what other apps you're using.
Let's be real, Google's free version of Gemini is an absolute powerhouse. You get really generous access to their Flash model, which is super capable. And it has full multimodal abilities, which is just a fancy way of saying it gets more than just text. You can feed it images, talk to it, and it can search the web for you. But honestly, its killer feature, the real game changer, is that seamless integration. Gemini is just there. You know, it's inside your Gmail, offering to summarize a crazy email thread. It's in your docs, helping you get past writer's block. It feels less like a separate tool and more like a natural part of your day.
And then there's ChatGPT. Look, the free tier is also incredibly powerful. You get limited access to GPT-4o, which is one of the smartest models out there. But, and this is a big but, there are trade-offs. You're going to see ads now, and you'll definitely feel it slow down when everyone's using it. Plus, you'll hit that daily message limit on the best model pretty fast. So the free version is an amazing demo, but it's really designed to make that $20 a month plan look pretty tempting. If you find yourself hitting that limit all the time, that's your sign. For everyone else, just use it during off-peak hours, and it's fantastic.
Okay, next up is a tool that isn't trying to be your creative partner or your buddy. Nope, it is laser-focused on one job, and it does that job exceptionally well, getting you trustworthy, cited answers fast.
You know, Perplexity is basically what a lot of us hoped Google search would have become by now. Instead of just dumping a list of links on you that you have to sort through, it actually does the work for you. It's not a search engine, it's an answer engine. And the way it works is just beautiful in its simplicity. You ask it a straight-up question, it instantly scans the web, and then boom, it gives you a single synthesized answer, complete with little footnotes that link you right to the sources. This simple process is exactly why it's become a go-to tool for students, journalists, marketers, really anyone who needs to back up what they're saying.
And the free deal. It's awesome. That core feature of getting cited answers is totally unlimited. You even get a handful of pro searches every day that use the more advanced AI models. But here's the key thing to remember. You got to treat it like the world's fastest research intern, not a perfect genius. The smart way to use it is to get that first draft of an answer, and then immediately click into its top sources to double-check the key facts yourself. It's all about speeding up your research, not replacing your brain.
All right, now let's talk about our next 2 tools. These guys don't try to do everything for everyone. Instead, they are absolute masters of one specific craft, and they often blow the all-rounders out of the water in their specialty.
First up, we have Claude. If you're a writer, a coder, or really anyone who deals with long, complex, or just nuanced text, Claude is pretty much considered the best in the business for its writing skill.
On the free plan, you get access to their excellent Sonnet model. It's famous for generating really creative text, for following super detailed instructions, and for maintaining a consistent tone. It's the AI that people most often describe as human-sounding. But there is a big catch. The free usage caps are really strict, and they can change based on how busy the servers are. It can be frustrating for sure. But here's the pro tip. Batch your requests. Figure out the 3 or 4 most important things you need from it, use your messages wisely, and then step away. It actually forces you to be a little more thoughtful with your prompts.
Okay, our final specialist is a really unique and powerful tool from Google called NotebookLM. I want you to think of this one as your own personal research assistant that only works with the documents and sources that you give it.
NotebookLM is a totally different way to think about AI, and honestly, it's a much safer way. It is completely free, and its superpower is that it's grounded. That means it only gives you answers based on the stuff you upload. PDFs, Google Docs, even transcripts from YouTube videos. You can upload a 200-page report and immediately ask it, what were the key findings? And it'll tell you, citing the exact page. It becomes an instant expert on your stuff. And because it can't just browse the web, the risk of it making things up, what we call hallucinating, is pretty much zero. Its knowledge is only as good as what you feed it, which is both its greatest strength and its only real limitation.
Okay, so we've met the top 5. We've got the all-arounders, the researcher, and the specialists. Let's pull this all together and figure out how you pick the right tool for whatever you need to get done today. What's so cool about laying it all out like this is how clear the choices become. See, every tool has its own superpower. But if you look over at that last column, key limitation, you see that each one also has a specific trade-off. So here's the big takeaway. There is no single best free AI. The best tool is just the one that matches what you need to do. If you live in Google Docs all day, Gemini is your starting point for sure. If you're a writer who needs that perfect phrasing, try Claude. If you're doing research, Perplexity is going to be your new best friend.
Look, we can talk about features and limits all day long. But the truth is, the only way to really get how powerful these tools are is to get your hands dirty. So here's my challenge to you. Just pick one. Seriously, look at the chart, find the one that sounds most useful for your life, and just spend 10 minutes with it today.
Because once you start thinking of these things less like novelties and more like, I don't know, digital assistants ready to get to work, it just opens up this whole universe of possibilities. And that leaves us with just one final question. With these powerful free assistants at your fingertips, what's the first tedious, boring, time-sucking task that you are going to automate for good?